We have with us today New York City Council Minority Leader Joe Borelli. Joe, you just heard that report. 146 terrorist encounters at the southern border since October of last year. Do we know if any of them are in New York?
We could presume they are. We could actually presume that the majority of people that have come across the border have settled in New York because of our generous offerings to that population. And remember, Stuart, all it takes is one person. The lone wolf is the most, potentially dangerous form of terrorism that we have right now. And we see from just the languages that are being spoken in these migrant shelters that these are not just people coming from Venezuela as they were in the beginning of this crisis, but there are people from everywhere from Ukraine to South Asia to East Asia to Africa and everywhere in between.
Just can you imagine what would happen to our border policy if there was just one terrorist incident related to someone who'd come illegally across the border? Can you imagine what would happen?
And you would think the Democrats would be aware of that, who favor this open border, because the reaction from the American public would be, I think, swift and severe at the polling booth if we had another 9/11 or some type of minor or less significant terrorist action.
New York's Mayor Adams, he asked Secretary Mayorkas, he wants federal help for the migrant crisis. Here's how Mayorkas responded. Roll tape, please.
First and foremost, we're dealing with a broken immigration system, a fact about which everyone agrees. It is one of the rare things about which there's unanimity of views, and we need Congress to act, number one. Number two, within that broken immigration system, we are challenged by an unprecedented level of displacement in the Western Hemisphere of historic proportions. We have responded with a model approach that has proven to work.
It's basically saying it's a worldwide problem. I think he's offering an excuse.
I think he's offering an excuse, and saying they've been offering some solution is sort of farcical at best, because we have unregulated crossings at the border. We have a system that's now sinking, according to our own Democratic mayor, one of the biggest cities in the United States of America. We're going to see that happen in Chicago and L.A. in between, as soon as their migrant number takes that tips that scale just ever so slightly.
There's one more thing going on here. Overtime for New York City police and firefighters will be cut. The mayor is taking the money and giving it to the migrants. That's extraordinary at a time of rising crime. I mean, can you imagine that? You take money away from the police and firefighters to give to the migrants. Respond to that.
This is the level of crisis that we have now sunk in. We have a $4 billion budget gap. It's one of the biggest budget gaps we've ever had in the city of New York, worse than the financial calamities of 2008 in the 1970s and 80s. We are really at a precipice. And the mayor is actually implementing a 15% budget cut system-wide. So it is the police department, which is insane if you think about it. We have all this crime problem, we're going to cut the police department. But it's also the fire department. The garbage might only get picked up once a week. The grass is going to grow higher in the parks. All of these services that New Yorkers rely on are going to be shifted towards paying for this migrant crisis.
The police chief says we're going to lose officers because of this. They're leaving. You cut the budget, cut overtime, we're leaving. There is one more here. The next-door neighbor at a migrant shelter in Staten Island is playing a blaring recording all day, every day, telling migrants, hey, leave. Apparently it's working. You approve of that, Joe?
Look, people are leaving that shelter. I'll be honest. There has been a neighborhood-wide protest of this one shelter. Staten Island, we have 6 shelters. Because of the scope and location, a lot of them aren't being protested at this level. This particular shelter was dropped in the middle of a residential neighborhood, across the street from an all-girls high school, across the street from an elementary school, and across the street from a special needs school. And this poor guy lives right next to a migrant shelter where the showers for the facility are temporary showers that are basically abutting his backyard. He has to deal with that every day. So people are at their boiling point. Homeless shelters used to be controversial, and we used to deliberate about them. Now we just put 206 willy-nilly, including this guy's backyard.
All right, Joe, we hear you. Thanks very much, Joe Borelli. Appreciate it.